Hello, hello. Welcome, my little degenerates. It's your boy, Mr. Degenerate, back at it again for another damn video. And I know I've been gone for a little bit, but your boy's back, and your boy had time to watch Obi-Wan. And I made a promise to myself I would never talk about Star Wars on this channel. But seeing as though I watched Obi-Wan, um, I kind of want to talk about it because this show reminded me of why I fucking love Star Wars, but also why I hate Star Wars in so many different ways. Like, this show reminded me some of the best and worst qualities of Star Wars. Not only through just Disney as a whole owning the rights, but also the fan base. And so when I watched this show and I finished it, I was just kind of like, huh, I really like this show. But then I ultimately realized I'm like, yeah, I have a lot of problems with it. But one of the things I will say is, a lot of people always like to ask me, well, Mr. Degenerate, why do you like Star Wars? And I always tell them I love Star Wars because Star Wars is this unique franchise that get to tell stories about anything they want to tell in this great giant universe. You can have a Star Wars story about basically a a mission to go steal plans. You can have a Star Wars movie about a heist. You can have a Star Wars movie be about romance. And in Obi-Wan's case, you can have a story about a warrior, an old warrior, losing his faith and trying to find his faith back. And that's the beauty of Obi-Wan, and that's why I ultimately liked the show because it had so much of what I loved about Logan and so much of what I loved about Daredevil season 3 all wrapped up in it, which is the idea of the main character, this lonesome warrior who's lived for a long time, basically just lost his faith, lost his religion, lost everything, and is basically a shell of his former self. And when the show dives into that, oh, it is the peak fucking Star Wars shit. When it is just Obi-Wan and Ian McGregor just doing his shit as Obi-Wan and him genuinely coming back to this character and having something to say about Obi-Wan's kind of mental state at this time period of him seeing how different the world has changed, how darker the world has gotten, and him losing his faith, losing his um, touch with the Force when he's a shell of his former self, and when he's basically suffering from guilt for failing Anakin as a student, and basically blaming himself for all the shit that's happened in the prequel series. It is peak fucking Star Wars. When it's Hayden Christensen, my boy, finally getting the redemption he's always deserved. For many years, people have been saying he can't act and he's a shitty actor because of the prequel movies. For him to come back and bring Darth Vader and have Darth Vader have this like presence of a young, vengeful Sith Lord, like bring some youthfulness to Darth Vader, because he's way more angrier. He's more ferocious into this was beautiful, and then you get these beautiful moments with Hayden Christensen where he's just with the flashbacks where he's just looking and battling his master just to prove to him that yeah, I'm on your level, so you have to give me respect, and showing the fault of Obi-Wan for not seeing Anakin, always lecturing Anakin and never giving him and showing him that support and showing like, hey, you are on my level. Yes, we're equal. And that's all Anakin's ever wanted. And so when you juxtapose that and you get him always, when you get Darth Vader flashing back to those scenes and why he's so vengeful, why he's so angry, That is peak fucking Star Wars. The ending, the final episode, Star Wars. That final scene, that final moment where it's Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fighting, and they're just talking, and that scene where Obi-Wan is just like telling Anakin that he's sorry he failed him as a mentor, and then for a little moment, that little brief moment, Darth Vader humanity is shown. Anakin talk and basically tell him like, no, it's not your fault.
Anakin's gone. I am what remains.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Anakin. For all of it.
Not your failure, Obi-Wan. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did.
Peak Star Wars, cinema worthy shit. However, the show really reminds me of all the bad shit of Star Wars. And I mean this when I say this because of bad writing and also just the fan base. Because the writing in this show is just so fucking weird. It has some really high moments, but there's some just really dumb shit. And I don't know what the fuck is going on with Star Wars. I don't get it. And it's so fucking weird. Where do I begin with this writing? There's a lot of contrivance moments, just stupid shit, like, in this shit. Like, let's talk about Third Sister, Reva. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this character. And it's weird because the character is so cool. She's literally just Anakin, but full-on Sith. She's a vengeful character that wants to get revenge on what happened, Order 666. Like, that's fucking cool. Like, a Padawan who's infiltrated the fucking Sith rank and is, like, doing whatever it takes to get revenge. That's fucking cool. In fact, I think that could have been its own story, its own little Star Wars little story, and I think that would have been fucking cool. But there's just so much contrivances with her fucking story. Like, how the fuck did you put two and two together that Luke was Vader's son? Like, huh? Like, that doesn't make sense. Just because you watched a little recording? How did you put that two and two together? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Why the fuck didn't you not mind read Owen? But you did it to the other character when you was on that other planet? It doesn't contrivances dumb shit. Why are you fighting Owen and whatnot? You have a fucking lightsaber. Just hit them motherfuckers one time and they're done. Why is it the show is cutting? You have the biggest fight in history. Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. Why the fuck are we flashing back to her stumbling and scoobily-doobling, falling and shit to kill Luke? We know Luke is not going to die because this is a prequel story, so we know Luke can't die. So why are we doing this? Again, her story is interesting. Why the fuck is it told like this? Like, what the fuck? It's just stupid shit, man. It's the reason why Disney and everyone makes fun of and don't like Disney Star Wars. It's just dumb writing shit, and the character's cool. That's the part that pisses me off. I really enjoyed her character, but it's just some contrivances and dumb shit. And I feel bad for the actress. I really do, because she has a really cool character, and there's so much you can explore. And I really hope she comes back for another season or a spin-off show, something, because there's so much you can do with that character. But as it stands, I was just like, why did you tell the story like this? Why did you tell her story like this? Especially, why did you wait so long to give us a backstory on the character? Granted, it was hinted at the first episode, but Jesus Christ, why are we waiting till the final? Why are we waiting till all the way to the 5th episode to get a fucking backstory. Like, what the fuck? And it's just more contrivances shit. Like, I know stormtroopers are kind of stupid, but why is it that when Leia and fucking Obi-Wan are like trying to escape the Inquisitor palace, why the fuck is he have her in a trench coat? Like, it's just stupid. Why the fuck did you just put her in like a garbage bag or something? Like, it's like, what? It's just stupid contrivances like this. It's like they had an idea, they had steps, but they didn't know how to execute those steps. So they just was like, okay, we're just gonna have shit happen to move along the plot. That's another thing. Leia. Again, I don't know what the fuck is with these Disney Plus Star Wars shows telling the same exact story of the old wise character has to protect the young kids these days. So with Mandalorian, it's Grogu. We gotta protect Grogu. With fucking Book of Boba Fett, like, we gotta protect these half human, half robot splicer people, kids, teenagers, Power Ranger stupid kids, because they're the future. It's like, what? Like, why do we keep doing this? And I think my biggest problem with Leia in here, and it's not the child actor's fault. In fact, I would say that the best thing is that the child actress actually looked and acted the part of Leia, and I was very impressed. But I was kind of just shaking my head. I was like, why the fuck? Why the fuck aren't we doing or saying anything interesting about Leia? Like, we just have her be the sassy, take no prisoners, take no shit from anyone character. And I don't know, ever since Last Jedi, which, again, I don't think Last Jedi was a great movie. I don't think it's a perfect movie. But at least it challenged the audience on what it was trying to say with the characters. And I felt like ever since that movie and people's backlash on the movie, which we'll get into fan base in a minute, but ever since that movie, I felt like Disney has been afraid to touch any legacy Star Wars character and say something interesting or unique about them. Like, it is baffling. It is so fucking baffling why they decide to do this. It's so baffling. She doesn't add anything to the fucking story. She's just there just to say, I'm here. It's like, I'm here. I'm just being sassy. I would have loved to see Leia be very vulnerable and actually show like, hey, I'm scared. I don't know everything because I'm out of my element. I grew up privileged and now I'm in the gutter, basically. I'm kidnapped. I don't know anything. And find that courage through Obi-Wan. And I'm like, bro, like, why are we not saying anything interesting about this character? Why are we not having character development with this character? And instead, she's just Leia, giving sassy remarks to fucking Obi-Wan, which makes no sense because a lot of her sassy moments always end up fucking getting them into trouble. It just doesn't. It's just stupid shit. It's stupid writing decisions that hurt the fucking show. It is. I'm just so baffled on this shit, you know. And this is why I don't feel bad when fucking Star Wars fans get on top of Disney for this dumb shit. But that also brings me to the fan base, and I gotta be honest. And this is, I think, the crux of the video. Like, this fan base is the reason why, generally speaking, it is so hard for me to ever recommend people Star Wars. Like, anytime any new Star Wars material comes out, you know, everyone always shits on it. And I see a lot of people on Twitter. I saw a lot of videos saying that this was the worst Star Wars show. And I'm like, compared to Book of Boba Fett that literally needed Mandalorian to save it, I disagree hardly. disagree. But and that's the thing about this fan base. And I noticed it ever since I was a young boy. Is that this fan base is constantly infighting with each other. It is constantly hatred amongst each other. No one can agree on anything. No one can set aside differences on anything. You know, when I was growing up, I grew up with the prequel series. That was my Star Wars. So this is why probably this show resonated with me a lot. So to have these characters come back is very special to me, despite all the problems the show has. And I'm not even saying the show's amazing, but I enjoyed it a lot. But the prequel stories were always my Star Wars. I always enjoyed it. I always enjoyed that story between Anakin and Obi-Wan. And so you look at that, and you have a bunch of people always shitting on the prequel series. The original fans shitting on the prequel series, and then you have the fucking prequel fans hating on and have to defend themselves 24/7. I remember I had to do that a lot. And now you have the new generation of Star Wars fans, the sequel fans, arguing with the prequel and the original fans. There's constantly this fucking internal fight between everybody. And so no one's enjoying anything. Mandalorian season 2. Great season. I thought it was a fantastic season. Everyone fucking hates it. Why? Cameos. Why? Why are you so upset because of cameos? It's like, obviously there's gonna be cameos. Like, I didn't get why everyone's so fucking angry about cameos. We can all agree that the first season's great, but now it's a problem because they added cameos. What? Like, it's been I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. It's just shit like this doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like no one in this community can enjoy anything, you know. And again, I'm not saying don't criticize Star Wars. Again, I think we can all criticize what Disney has done to Star Wars. And I'm not saying Disney hasn't done some fucked up things. But Jesus Christ, like, to say this was the worst show, I think you're pushing it. And I just don't get it. And then what makes it even worse is that this fan base will go out of his limb to insult and harass fucking actors for no fucking reason. You literally had the little child actor who played Anakin in the first Star Wars movie literally quit acting because of you guys. It's baffling. Literally have third sister Reyna, or whatever the fuck her name is, get death threats because y'all are mad because she's constantly angry and upset, but you didn't complain when Anakin was the same way. It's baffling. It's like, guys, chill the fuck out. It's just a show. It's just a show. And this is why, you know, one of my friends asked me, like, I would really like to get into Star Wars. And I just gave her this ultimate frown. Because I can never recommend Star Wars to anybody. Because this franchise is just so fucking toxic. This fan base is toxic. It is the worst fan base I've ever been a part of. And ultimately, after watching Obi-Wan, which again, is not an amazing show, I enjoyed it a lot, but not an amazing show. After watching this show, it's kind of made me realize, I don't know, maybe I should take a step back from Star Wars. I don't know. It's like, maybe I should back away from Star Wars because it's just not fun anymore. Either the shows are just okay or mediocre. And then when it is a good show, fans are always bitching and complaining. There's always infighting between the 3 generations of Star Wars fans. And it's just not a fun series to be a part of. At least with fucking Spider-Man fans, we may bitch and complain about shit that's going on with Spider-Man, but at least we pull up to the movies and whatnot and generally be excited about shit. So, I don't know. It's just like, I guess, you know, at least I got Marvel, the MCU, even though that's kind of iffy at the moment. At least I got that. But, hey, it is what it is. That's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you saw, let me know in the comment section what you thought of the fan base. Do you think I'm going a little too hard? What did you think of Obi-Wan if you watched it? Comment below, let me know. And as always, more videos are coming soon, so keep it locked. It's your boy, Mr. Degenerate, signing out. Have a good one, everybody.